All right, so Scott Snyder just finished his first story arc on Absolute Batman, and man, it was awesome. I love it. You know, I'm a Scott Snyder fanboy and a Batman fanboy, but I can't say enough about, the first issue was just perfect when you're establishing a whole new universe across a beloved character like that. It was just so impeccably done. It establishes what the new norms are and it brings you all the old characters, but kind of what are they like in this universe while establishing the underlying story that's taking place called the 200. The way this is gonna work out is that I'm going to go one by one and it'll be full of spoilers. So before I get into the spoiler version, I'll give you a spoiler-free spiel, if you will, on why I think you should give this a shot. So let's just level set. This is not your normal Bruce Wayne. This is not billionaire Bruce Wayne. This is not Bruce Wayne born in riches. His father was not a surgeon. His mom's a social worker. His dad was a teacher. He will have a trauma that will define him and put him on a certain trajectory, but it's not the same trauma. It's close-ish. In addition to that, he grew up in a very crime-riddled neighborhood, and you're gonna get to see that he grew up with 5 friends. And those friends are Waylon, Eddie, Oz, Harvey, and Selina. You can guess who those people are. And they all grew up as tight, close friends from childhood. And they actually were with him during the trauma. So that's the underlying tone of who Bruce Wayne is. But what does that mean for Batman? How does that alter what Batman was? So for Batman, the principles still are underlying. He doesn't kill. He's trying to help Gotham. He's trying to help people. Those are the same. That Batman, the core Batman, is the same. But Bruce is swole. Bruce is swole as fuck. He's still genius level, but he's fucking jacked. His suit is just way more brutal, I would say. It's just out to inflict pain. He is there to intimidate you. And from the way his bat plate logo actually is utilized is super cool. He's trying to hurt these villains. He has no problem impaling, severing, blinding. Like, he's out to get you. So these are the 6 issues that are released as of today. And this is all encompassing of what the original story arc that Scott Snyder set out to do, which is the 200. It is a 6-part story, and you get all of it right now. And it sets up beautifully for what's to come. Now, let's get into each issue in more detail, starting with issue 1. Issue 1, Bruce is a swole genius engineer. He knows everything about the city. He's worked in all the different things in the city, construction, sewage, so he knows everything about everything. His mom is alive and well, is a social worker. He grew up in a crime-riddled area with Harvey, Oz, Selina, Waylon, and Eddie. His chest logo turns into a fucking axe. His cape moves like origami. I know it doesn't sound cool, but it is cool. Alfred is some kind of secret agent who was working in the Philippines for 5 years, and he was pulled out of the Philippines in order to take on this job in Gotham to look at, basically recon these party animals. And the person he was tracking for 5 years was the Joker. And apparently this Joker doesn't laugh, which is kind of even more fucked up. But now the Joker is in the wind because they pulled him out early to deal with the party animals. And the curious thing is that Alfred's superiors are okay with him engaging the Batman, but not with the party animals directly. It's already setting a new tone for Gotham because the leader of the party animals, who we don't know just yet, kills off the Maroni and Falcone family. So immediately the Italian mob boss is just gone. This is just a whole new playing field that is brought by the party animals. So what we know about the party animals, they wear these like mechanized animal skulls. Then we see Mayor Gordon get lit up. His daughter was there, Barbara. We don't know if he survives just yet. Bruce's dad was shot and killed in a zoo. He feels guilty about it because he won a contest bringing his whole school there, and it just so happens that that all happened because they were there because of him, but he feels guilty because if he didn't win, he wouldn't have died. And we see kind of Alfred stalking Bruce, and Bruce, unbeknownst to Alfred, had been aware of it, and they're not in direct conflict, but kind of. Next, issue 2. Now, in the second issue, we see that the party animal gang is huge, and we see that Batman doesn't have one cave, he has thousands of caves all across Gotham, and shows a Batman logo. We learn that Joe Chill is still the person responsible for his father's death. And we learn that Roman Sionis is the leader of the party animals. So we learn a little bit more about his buddies. Eddie is very tech savvy, and Eddie, we can infer, is Edward Nygma Riddler. Harvey Dent, works in the DA. Waylon owns a gym. Waylon is Killer Croc. And Oz is some low-level crime boss. He's dealing with some unsavory things, we'll say that. And Selena, we don't know too much about. We have yet to see her as an adult. Next, issue 3. So in issue 3, we learned that Martha Wayne, Bruce's mom, is close with Jim Gordon and has decided to step in as his number 2 in his campaign, which is a dangerous job because the party animals are targeting all those people. And then we learned that Roman Sionis is the Black Mask. Alfred kind of confronts Bruce and tells him that he needs to be careful, that this is bigger than he thinks. This is something that he does in various countries. He disrupts things in order to make it just a ton of money. And he also tells him that he should probably take any deal that the Black Mask offers. He already knows from Black Mask's MO that he's probably going to offer him some kind of money to just go away, chill out, stop disrupting his business. And he could really use that money in order to continue his Batman efforts. Then we see that Eddie, previously known as Riddler in another universe, took one of the technological party animal helmets and made kind of an AI robot out of it, and learned that it actually does 3 things. First, it doesn't let you be recognized by any sort of technological means, so it just completely anonymizes you while you're wearing it. 2, it sets you up to earn cryptocurrency through black coins, which is Black Mask's cryptocurrency. And 3rd, it sets up payment systems. It'll tell you as you're in real time, you're gonna commit arson, you'll get $250,000 in your bank. If you commit murder, it could be 10,000, 25,000, depending on the mark. If it's a high person, it'll probably be a little bit more money. So you earn through incentives. And then we see Mayor Gordon's friend and commissioner, Harvey Bullock, meeting with his direct competitor for the mayor spot, Hill, and they are meeting with Roman Sionis. And Roman Sionis, he's framing it as this is a way to create peace in Gotham. We don't know exactly what's going on with Bullock, what's in his head. He knows that he doesn't like Batman, but he's a friend of Gordon's. So we don't know where he stands, but I think he may be working with them in that capacity. And then at the end of the issue, we see that Batman ultimately does take the deal with Black Mask to stand down for $200 million. So now we see where the name of the story arc comes from, the 200. Issue 4, check out those spikes. So issue number 4 is more about what makes Bruce tick now with this new Bruce in this new universe, his relationship with his father. And we see that, Bruce is building out this bat-themed science project that ultimately wins. And you could tell the kid's a genius from the get-go because he's building all these sort of contraptions and on how to help people. He ultimately learns that he needed to adapt the project to help people. And then you see him stand trial against Joe Chill. And then you see him experimenting with his bat suit and what the first iteration kind of looked like, which was really like gnarly. He bites people and it has kind of a toxin in it. Issue 5, then part 5 is way more action-packed. Ends up meeting with Roman to finalize the deal for the $200 million. He tells him he already uses the money, and he actually made a bat signal. He put the money in a bat signal-like form, lit it on fire, creating a giant bat signal in the sky, which set off everything. He went nuts, deals off obviously, and violence happens, and he ends up getting his ass kicked eventually, and Alfred turns his back on him, which who you never would in the real world. It ends up with Black Mask telling everyone, it's revealed to everyone that Black Mask is behind it all, but he doubles down and says, yeah, it's me. And you know what? Let's just lay into it. Let's lay into the chaos. How about everyone be a party animal? Everyone get your money while you can. Commit all these crimes, earn your money, because it's all going to crap anyways, so why not? And that's kind of where it's left, with party animals seeing the masks and the rifles, and Martha and Jim Gordon, and what's gonna happen there. In issue 6. And then in the final issue of the story arc, Bruce actually tells his friends, his 5 friends, Waylon, Eddie, all of them, that he's Batman because he needs help. He's got his ass kicked. Alfred didn't help him out, so he's looking for help. And I think Waylon patches him up, and then Oz takes a chopper and drops him off at the boat where he's trying to blow up the server to that whole network so people won't be able to earn any money for the crimes that they're committing. So he does that, drops him off, fights off the people there. He punts a kid, a child, into the ocean. Like, this is not your mama's Batman. This guy is just violence. And then we learned that Jim and Martha have a $1 million bounty on their head. So they're working with these newly recruited party animals. What are they gonna do? We see some new contraptions every single time. The issue before, the spikes came out, just impaled this dude with a bunch of spikes that was on his back. He took off his chest and turned it into an axe. And now in this one, his bat ears turned and he head-butted and blinded this dude. And then blew up the boat. It was totally violent. It was totally awesome. And then we learned that someone's telling the Joker that Roman hit a snag in Gotham. He failed his mission. So we see that Joker is the head honcho across what's happening. And he goes, send Bane. So I can't wait to see what Bane looks like in this absolute universe. It is gonna be so awesome. I'm having so much fun. Not since like I've been reading Daredevil have I felt like this. I just want to keep reading more and more. This was really cool. Really excited. The covers have been dope. And I love the artwork from Nick Dragotta. And I can't recommend it enough. I highly recommend it. Go pick it up if you can, or just wait for the trade paperback that should be coming out, I guess, soon. Just my assumption, don't know anything. But yeah, man, let me know if you like these kinds of videos. Remember to like and subscribe, please, and I will see you next time. Thanks. We don't need these here. I'm teasing a video, wink, wink.